If you haven't really stumbled onto the world of UGC yet, let me break it down for you real quick. UGC stands for user-generated content, and it is basically all those bite-sized videos that feel made by regular people instead of glossy, high-budget ads. You're scrolling through TikTok or Instagram, and a random creator pops up saying something like, "TikTok made me buy this," or "Don't buy the cheap one, buy this instead." And just 5 seconds later, you're either adding the product to your cart or sending it to a friend, and that, my friend, is UGC in its raw form. A lot of people confuse being a full-time influencer with being a UGC creator, but there is a major difference. Influencers are usually paid to post on their own feed because they have an existing audience that trusts their opinion. UGC creators, though, are hired purely for their content creation skills rather than their follower count. Brands pay them to make short, punchy clips that they can run as ads or post on the brand's own official channels. You absolutely do not need 1 million followers to do it, because you just need to make content that looks honest, relatable, and clickable. I've seen creators with literally 0 followers get paid to produce pieces that then absolutely explode on the brand's ad account. So imagine you're a creator who records long-form stuff like hour-long streams, interviews, or deep dive sit-down reviews. You know there are gold moments in there, like a zinger, a laugh, or a surprising tip, but hunting for those bits is exhausting. You could spend hours clipping, captioning, resizing, and then scheduling posts across every single platform manually. Or you could just let technology do all the grunt work for you. This is exactly where tools like Vizard come in, which acts like your personal editor that never sleeps. You give it long video files and it finds the peaks, which are those parts most likely to land virally, then slices them into ready-to-post clips. These aren't just random cuts, but bits that actually have engagement potential, like hooks, punchlines, and high reaction moments. I tested it on a 2-hour live stream once, and within a few minutes, Vizard suggested a stack of 20 short clips I would have otherwise missed. Each clip came with smart cropping, suggested captions, and timings that perfectly match each platform's sweet spot. It truly felt like having an assistant who knows exactly what trends are moving and what makes people stop scrolling. And because I know you're already thinking about workflow, Vizard doesn't just stop at clipping. There's a content calendar built right in, so you can drag clips around and plan a full week's worth of shorts without any spreadsheets. Then there's the auto-schedule feature, where you tell it how often to post, and it fills the calendar with your clips at the most optimal times. You only have to tweak the copy if you want to add a personal touch. Otherwise, it is literally set it and forget it publishing. Now, I want to be honest about other tools out there, because some are great, but have their own limitations. CapCut is awesome for quick edits and fancy transitions, but it's very manual and you still have to pick the exact moments yourself. Descript is great if you love editing with a transcript, but it can get quite clunky when you're trying to churn out dozens of short clips fast. Some platforms focus on creative editing but lack scheduling, so you end up exporting files and uploading them manually, which is a total time sink. A bunch of enterprise-level editors are way too expensive and built for massive post houses, not for the solo creator who needs high velocity. Vizard sits in that perfect sweet spot. It's faster than doing it manually and much more creator-friendly than those huge enterprise suites. It understands what makes a short video likely to perform, which is not just a clean cut, but the right hook, pacing, and crop for each platform. When you're trying to build momentum or scale your UGC production for multiple clients, that efficiency is a huge deal. Here's a small example that makes this concrete. I saw a sponsored post the other day and could tell it was made by someone who had no time to waste. Later that night, I took a 90-minute interview I did and dropped it into Vizard to see what it could do. In under 10 minutes, I had 12 clips, a 15-second hook for Reels, a 30-second tip for TikTok, and a 45-second explainer for YouTube Shorts. Vizard even suggested trimming a ramble and stitching 2 separate lines together to make a much cleaner, punchier moment. I scheduled them to go out 3 times a week, and within days, a few of those clips started getting serious traction. Honestly, the efficiency alone paid off because I spent 20 minutes tweaking instead of 5 hours manually cutting. Also, a subtle but important thing is that when you're creating UGC for brands, it needs to be flexible. Brands often want raw authenticity, but with a few polished tweaks like cleaner audio, better captions, and tighter cuts. Vizard gives you both, as it keeps that organic vibe while making the clip completely ad-ready. Brands get more options, and creators get paid to make content without having to wear 1,000 different hats. Now don't get me wrong, Vizard isn't actual magic. You still need good raw footage and a sense for what makes a good hook. It won't invent a viral moment out of thin air, but it speeds up the parts that used to kill me, like finding the moments and formatting them. For creators who live on deadlines or agencies that manage multiple creators, this tool turns weeks of work into just a few hours. Pricing-wise, some tools charge per export or put watermarks on the free tier, which is annoying if you're handing content to a brand. Some platforms hide powerful features behind expensive tiers, but Vizard aims to be transparent and scalable. You can start with its basics, see the value, and then scale up as you take on more clients or higher volumes of content. That means less friction when you need to deliver a big batch of clips for a client's brand campaign. If you're a creator who is curious but skeptical, Here's a tiny checklist to see if Vizard is worth trying. Do you have long videos with moments that could be short clips? And are you spending too much time editing? Do you want to post more consistently without burning out? If you answered yes to any of these, Vizard is worth a test run. Try dropping in one long video and see what suggestions it gives, because the discovery phase is the part that surprises most people. You will often find clips you forgot even happened, which is a total game changer for your content library. When you start using it, think like a brand. Create a batch of clips with different tones. One funny, one educational, one straight to the point. Let Vizard handle the heavy lifting of formatting each for different platforms, and you focus on the creative side of things. Pairing that with a simple posting cadence can change how often your content gets seen and how brands view you as a reliable partner. Finally, if you're worried about sounding like an ad, remember that authenticity always wins over slick production. Keep the language conversational, show the real before and after results, and be transparent about sponsorships. People scroll past slick ads, but they stop for honest takes, and Vizard just helps you surface those honest parts faster. So yeah, UGC is booming because it's real, and tools that help you scale without draining your creativity are in high demand. Give it a whirl on one of your long videos, and you might be surprised how fast your content calendar fills up.